Okay guys, welcome to Travel Tech 360. Today we're going to show you how to get the water out of your electronics. If you drop your cell phone, if you crash your drone in a lake, are you in a jam and you need to get the water out fast? Well, on today's video we're going to show you how to do it step by step. We're going to show you the product that you need to buy in order to get the wet water and damp moisture out of your electronics. So let's get on with the intro and then we'll go into the video. Hello everybody, Travel Tech 360 here. Got another video for you today. Today we're going to talk about getting moisture out of your electronics, your drones, your cell phones, your GoPros. You know, when you go out and you fly your drone early in the morning, you know, it gets moisture on it. Over a period of time it can get moisture in the inside. So to make sure that we get the most life out of the drones and electronics, especially the cell phones, for all you people that have ever got a cell phone wet, whether you dropped it in the river or lake, or maybe you just dropped it in getting out of the car and you dropped it in a mud puddle or something like that. We're going to show you today how to get the moisture out of it without using rice, which does not work very well. There's a new product and it's called Damp Rid. You can buy it at Lowe's, Home Depot, you can even get it on Amazon. I'll leave a link below. It's $5 for this big bag. And this will absorb any moisture in any of your electronics that you get, especially, you know, your cell phones. And recently a lot of people I've seen with drones have flown them too low and they've hit the water and they're trying to repair them. You can't repair electronic if it has moisture in it. So first thing you have to do is get rid of that moisture. Today we're going to show you how to take moisture out of things like batteries and drones and cell phones step by step, so you understand how to use this product properly and make it work good for you. So we're going to start off and we're going to show you how you would actually do a battery. You know, you get the drones here. The drone has got an opening in through here, so it's really important to keep the water away from these contacts that are in here. So on your batteries here, your smart batteries have got an opening on here, so you definitely want to keep the water away. I actually dropped one of these in the river one day and it just totally killed the battery. I was able to get all the water out of the battery, but it had already damaged it by that point. But here's what you want to do. You want to take this product, which is the Damp Rid, and you want to put it in a Ziploc bag. And the Ziploc bag, let me find it. It's in the case. There it is. Put it in a Ziploc bag like this. So basically what you want to do is you want to take your battery, and the first thing you want to do before you put it in here, you don't want to put it directly in, because what happens is where the water is coming out of your battery, this will actually stick to the outside of this battery. You'll never get it off. It'll damage the battery. So you want to take this battery and you want to actually put it in a sock, preferably a clean sock, and a sock that you can throw away. So buy an extra set, because you will end up throwing them away. Put it in the sock and then put the Ziploc on the inside of it. And when you get through, you'll see how this really sticks to the outside of the sock, and it will be like hard as a rock. And then you can just take your battery out and throw the sock away. This is a really, really good product for you guys that have bought cases for your drones, which most everybody has a case for it. What you can do is when you open your case up, take a bag like this, maybe just a small amount, poke holes in it, and then take this and just keep it inside your bag. That'll help keep the moisture out, because you know, all of y'all that fly in the mornings know sometimes when we go out it's really early, a lot of dew on the grass, the tables and stuff that we're flying off of, and the drone does get wet. And then we take the drone and we fold it up and we put it back in the bag. And that moisture has to go somewhere. It's not going to disappear in the bag. It's just going to stay in the bag. So always have something to absorb that moisture out of your bags. And that way you can keep your electronics working as long as you can, because a lot of people have stuff over so much time and they say, well, you know, what's the life of a cell phone or life of a drone or a battery or something like that? Well, it really depends on what the condition is. And if you'll keep the moisture out of your electronics, you know, you're going to get the most life out of your product. And with as much as what some of these drones cost, you don't want $1,000 or $2,000 flying out of the sky because you didn't want to buy a $5 bag of absorber. So go out and get this product. I'm going to leave a link below where you can buy it. Like I said, this one came from Lowe's. I paid almost $5 for it. That was it. And there's a lot of it in here. So just put the stuff in a bag and drop your electronics in it. I have a friend that's got a GoPro, and he actually took the side door off of the GoPro like this so he could put in his external microphone here, and it got wet and water got inside of it. So luckily he was able to put it in a bag of the absorber and save the camera, and now the camera's fine. But in most cases, had he put it in a bag of rice, rice just does not absorb as much. If they did, all the foods that you bought, they would throw a little bit of rice in there instead of having to put this in there. That's what's in the little packages when you're buying some type of instant noodle, or say a bag of beef jerky always has a little one at the bottom, you know, and you tell your kids don't eat it, it's not candy. That's what's in it, to absorb the moisture out of that, to keep the meats from molding that are in the bag. You want to do the same thing with your batteries. So it's a really, really good product. It also works good for the cell phones. If you have a cell phone and you drop a cell phone in the water, the first thing you want to do is, if you have a phone that has a battery that you can pop the back cover off and take the battery out. I know a lot of phones like iPhones and some of the Samsungs, they're sealed and you can't get them out. So it's really important to, you know, first thing you want to do is get it in the bag. You want to leave it in there for 3 days. Get that moisture out of there before you do anything. Because if you go and start plugging it in, you know, to see if it works and stuff like that, if you've got water inside, all you're going to do is make it worse, and you're going to short it out. So like I said, put it in a sock, stick it in the bag, leave it in there for 3 days, take it out, and then from that point it's going to work, or you can repair it and it's not going to have any moisture in it when you do it. So that's it for today's video. One thing I wanted to say, for everybody buying these cases, because I just bought one and I really like, they're like $16, and I bought this one for the Mavic Air 2, which is one of the newer drones on the market that came out this year in 2020. Love the drone, but I didn't want to put it in a hard case, because the case is too heavy when you get a hard case to put in backpacks and stuff like that. It's just uncomfortable. The soft cases are better. You can buy a product that's made, I know 3M makes a Scotchgard. Spray these cases on the outside, because we flew yesterday and it was pretty wet, and this thing was literally soaked when I got back in the truck after flying. And I was just terrified, because all my stuff was on the inside and I could actually feel the moisture on the inside of the bag up here in the top part. So buy some type of Scotchgard or something to spray on these cases, because there's none out there unless you buy a hard case. It's going to protect you from that water. And basically you'll just spray it on the outside, and that way when it does get damp in the mornings when you're out flying, or in the afternoons, or in a wet atmosphere or near a beach or something, it'll actually help protect the surface on that and keep that moisture out. Because otherwise you're just actually putting your electronics in something that's just going to bring in more moisture, and that's what we need to stay away from. So that's it for today's video. If you like the channel, please consider subscribing. If you like the content, please give me a thumbs up. And other than that, we'll see you on the next video.